What up, y'all? It's Coffee on the vid, back with an update, man. And Suge Knight been talking a lot of talk from behind that wall lately, thanks to this podcast that he's been having, this Collect Call podcast. Tap in and let me know if y'all been tuning in, catching any of the episodes, your thoughts and all that. Now, a lot of people have been thinking that Suge is just talking to talk, and some even theorize that individuals are putting their own spin on it as far as it goes to the social networks and whatnot, man. There's like a Suge Knight Twitter account that is his official account that's been actively addressing all the trending news and whatnot and cracking jokes and even getting at Snoop Dogg a bit, which is wild because Snoop and Suge had squashed their issue before Suge went away to prison. You know what I mean? They had made peace with their long-standing beef and issues. But the Suge Twitter account was going real hard body with videos of him looking like he was doing yayo with one of them Insta thoughts. Her name is slipping my mind at the moment. It was kind of old news, but it was new videos and all that. And there was some talk about Snoop's wife flucking around, and this was all coming from the Suge Twitter account. And I mean, cats behind the wall definitely, we know, have cell phones. Like we've seen Young Thug tweet locked up, even facing a RICO case. And obviously, you know, there's mad phones behind the wall in prison, but the Suge account has just been like extra active, tweeting and different things like that. And some of the stuff that he said, some people wonder if that's really him, not to mention this podcast he's doing over the phone. And it's like, why wouldn't he address some of this other stuff that he's been addressing on social network in the same way? Like, I don't know. It's hard to call if all this is really coming directly from Suge Knight. But y'all see all these news headlines and everything. And it seems he had something pretty interesting to say about Drake and Tupac being used AI, which I'm not with all that AI-ish. And I don't know, let me just roll it. Y'all let me know what you think.
Drake. Hey, youngster. You know, young people do what young people do. It's y'all turn. But my little homie Pop, he wasn't no joke. Ben, you damn sure ain't no joke. I'll be made up a joke now. Put him on a song with him dissing Kendrick. I'll be everybody entertainment. That's how it go. Before I put him on a song with Snoop, who was part of his downfall, his exit, and never a good look. Pac was king on that chessboard. He never was a pawn, so he can't make it be a pawn now. But West Coast is a whole state of real gamers of all colors, all races. They want them to come together, especially when motherfuckers sleeping in the lions den. I wake those lions up. On the West Coast, it was caution.
Again, I do not like all this AI stuff. I don't care for it one bit. I think it's has disastrous possibilities with just Pac and Biggie and, you know, just all these AI possibilities that can be put together. And I'm just not really a fan of it for so many reasons, too many to just get into on this video. But, you know, if you haven't heard Drake on this tailor-made track with all this ish going on, coming off of J. Cole dropping his projects, the disses, you know what I'm saying? We've seen so many other individuals dissing each other now. Rose and Drake and Kendrick and Cole, the list goes on and on. You know, it's been interesting to see all these artists compete against each other and try to one-up each other. You know what I mean? The Drake and Rick Ross-ish got very, very personal, talking about nose jobs, white boy and all this ish. And then we even seen 1090 Jake get in the mix and start going at it with Rick Ross. It's crazy when it comes to Drake, though, because we know he's been exposed time in and time out for ghostwriting and all that. Like Drake can make some hit songs and his music always charts and all that. But as far as being like a true MC and being a real hip hop beef, if he takes on anyone, it's always like, yo, did this really come from Drake or what? Like, how authentic of a diss can you really look at it as? And then to top it off, this tailor-made track, he's got AI Tupac and AI Snoop on there, which I'm very intrigued to know everyone's thoughts. But you hear Suge talking about, Snoop Dogg and Tupac at the time of Tupac's passing never really made up like that. We all seen in the movies and heard the stories over the years of the plane ride from hell, where Snoop said what he said on the radio. And, he ended up having to grab a fork or a knife on the plane. They landed. Ish wasn't looking too good. And like a rare occasion, a lot of the Suge Knight stuff that's been hitting the news a lot of the times, I've been looking at it like, Suge is just saying what he's saying, trying to get his name trending and everything. But I'm going to agree with this one right here. Like, fuck AI, period. Personally, my thoughts already. But then you're putting Tupac on a diss track, and then on top of it, you're putting him with Snoop to diss Kendrick. Like, I don't know. I'm not really feeling it. I actually agree with Suge Knight on this one. And I got to feel like a lot of hardcore Tupac fans that, I'm talking about the fans that really flock with the music and are really up on everything, may feel the same way too about Snoop and Snoop and Pac being together on this track, being how things went for them before they passed. Y'all feel me on that? Like, let me know if you think that's whack and lame as well. And it's just, music ain't about AI robots jacking people's vocals, in my opinion. I really haven't been feeling this. Timbaland, the producer, is like all about this AI. And I don't know, he's saying when he's trying to come up with all these programs and filters to do it. And I've been dreading all this, man, the robots, the rise of the machines and everything. But then you also got to look at it like, are people going to be able to get the clearances to do this, and artists are going to be compensated properly? Like, when it comes to Tupac, his estate, who's in charge, who's clearing this stuff, did that all happen properly? I mean, I'm sure it probably did, but I don't know. I'm just not feeling this for so many ways, and I'm gonna concur with Suge Knight on this, man. And I personally wonder how Snoop feels about this. Like, I'm feeling like Snoop's vocals are AI also. Was he cool with being put on a diss track? Was he all right with being put with Pac? I gotta feel like it probably is AI on the Snoop side as well, but you're cool with, that being done, Snoop, and you're cool with being involved in a Kendrick Lamar diss on a Drake track? I'm just confused by it all. And personally just think it's kind of whack. And then I'm also confused too, like I said, where things went bad once again between Snoop and Suge. As I said, they had squashed their issue. They were good when it came to their relationship and long-standing beef. But I guess after he went back to prison somewhere, things went left again. But jump in the comments. Let me know your thoughts about AI, period, about this diss track. If you listen to it, I'll link the track below. About all this beefing with all these different artists, coming off the release of the J. Cole Might Delete Later project, and just everything we touched on this one. You know what I'm saying? Like Suge said, Pac did everything right by Snoop, had him on All Eyes on Me. They collabed on two of America's Most Wanted. That was a big record that was good for both of them, continued the positive momentum they had and everything like that. And then when things came around full circle, Tupac felt like Snoop kind of betrayed him. And, a lot of the fans have felt that way over the years as well. And from my understanding, they never really had that convo and squashed it prior to Pac's passing. I feel like Snoop has said they had some kind of convo, but many people were skeptical of it all. But there y'all have it. Once again, the comments are open. Want to hear everyone's thoughts. Suge Knight still making waves behind the prison wall with this podcast. I think he was on point with his commentary on this one.